Hey friends, it's JG here with Earth 5D, back for another pick a card reading where you are the light, the path, and the way forward, friends. It's all you. You are the magic. It's all inside of you. You are the divinity. And I'm so glad you're here today. It's been a minute, and I'm just happy that I'm able to spend this time with you. We have 3 piles to choose from. We are asking the question today, a nice fun topic, light topic. What do people find attractive about me? What makes me so attractive? Or if you have a person in mind, make sure that you keep them in mind, and you can use that to guide this reading as well. And you can say, how does my person find me attractive? What do they find attractive about me? All right? What makes you so appealing, friends? So we have pile 1 here, the flowers. Pile 2, not sure what we've got here. An enlightened being, opening of consciousness. Pile 2, and pile 3 is this green card. All right. Friends, go ahead and choose your pile, and I will see you at your reading, okay? If you need more time, just pause it. Lots of love. See you there. All right. I'm not opening a beer. I'm opening my Spindrift. I'm not marketing them either, but I just didn't want y'all to think that I was up to some kind of funny business, right? All right, friends. If you chose pile 1, welcome to your reading, friends. We are looking at what makes you so attractive. What does your person find so attractive about you? Okay? Nice light reading. Let's dig in. We've got clarity. Card number 1, the carrots. So yeah, you have a really clear mind. Okay? You're able to see things very clearly, and that's very appealing to them. Meditation brings answers, so you get a lot of answers through meditation, and I think that you live a life that's quite meditative in general. Let's keep going. The Hangman. I'm going to pull the rest of the cards. The Lovers. Beautiful. Actually, that's 2 major arcana, so like the energy is very, very strong between you and if you were asking about a person, this person. If you're not asking about a person, we're just looking in general, what makes you so attractive. We have the Hierophant. Wow. 3 major arcana to start us off. That's kind of rare, friends. And if you know anything about tarot, you will know that the major arcana are the most prominent energies in tarot. So that just means that you have a lot of strong, fixed, powerful energy coming through, okay? We've got the 7 of Wands, 6 of Cups, my kid, who's not a kid, he's a grown-up, 23. I can hear him in the background, so hopefully you can't. 6 of Cups, 7 of Wands, let's see, Ace of Cups, beautiful. You have a very loving heart, you're very emotional. We have balance here, the light and the dark. Beautiful reading. Okay, you are a delightful person here, pile 1. Okay, so I'm going to start in general. What makes you so attractive? You're a very balanced person. You have a very open heart to love and romance. You have a lot of emotion, and you're expressive, and you get really excited. You have a childlike innocence. You are able to defend your own point of view. You have a beautiful way of looking at the world, and you are not easily pushed over or persuaded. You see things in a unique way, right? When you change your mind, when you see things from a different perspective, you stick with it. Okay, you're not like wishy-washy. Once you finally understand something, you stick with it. Once you decide and make an opinion about it, you stick with it. You choose. So if you're asking about a specific person, what do they find attractive about you? This person sees you as the ultimate romantic partner, the Lovers, and the Six of Cups. So that means that you are, in their mind, they are soulmate, okay? Definitely soulmate, definitely the vibe of someone who is their ultimate lover. Okay, so this is someone who has romantic feelings for you. If you're asking about somebody, you know how they see you. There's a lot of clarity that you bring through, okay? You're very clear-minded, you have clear sight, and you've developed a sense of balance within yourself. You're able to look at yourself in the mirror and see both your light and your shadow. And in doing that, you created a lot of balance in your life. You probably do this through meditation, and you might say, well, I don't formally meditate, but you make life your meditation, whether that's through prayer or exercise or cooking or creativity. Like, you're able to make activities meditative. Okay, reflecting, bringing forth deeper parts of yourself. So you're a very loving person. You're open to new love. You're open to protecting your innocence. You need to protect your innocence. I feel like you do that. You also have a very traditional way of seeing things that makes you very attractive, and I think it separates you from others. Is you might be conservative or have a conservative point of view on relationships. You're prayerful, you're thoughtful. Your person finds you to be very, very I want to say opinionated in some ways, but they really like your opinion, you know? They like that you defend your point of view. And like I said, you can change your mind. You've been known to change your mind. You've been known to see things a different way, and you stick to that belief. Once you've changed, you'll stick to that belief. So let's see. Anything else? They just find you very kind of kissable too, right? When we say from a romantic sense, you're open, and this innocence that you bring through balances them out too. If you're asking about a certain person, but it is this tenderness, this place that you live from, that gives you this clear sight, because oftentimes it takes someone with the eyes of a child, right, to actually see things. That's why Jesus says that, right? Come to me like a child, because it's in that childlike wonder, right, that we're able to get a divine point of view. It's almost like we're able to empty ourselves and let the divine come through, just like a child does, right? That innocence. And so that's very beautiful. Yeah, and so if you do get stuck, you're able to kind of unstick yourself. You can get yourself out of situations where you feel stuck. And it's a talent you have. So if you're asking about a specific person, I feel like this person wants to choose you as their partner. They, like I said, they see you as their soulmate or their ultimate partner, and they have a lot of love for you, a lot of emotion, a lot of heart chakra energy, a lot of tenderness and compassion and beauty. That's what I'm seeing for you, pile 1. All right, so that's what makes you so attractive, friends. You're also very beautiful. Some of you might have like light long hair, light colored hair. Some of you might have long blonde hair, or sort of like have dark hair and like to wear your hair up. Either way, there's this innocence about you that really people find very, very attractive. Also, because you like to, you'll defend your point of view, that makes you also attractive, because not a lot of people will do that, you know? Some people are quite wishy-washy, and that's just really not who you are, pardon me. Banging the camera here. All right, so let me go ahead and get your charms, okay? What makes you attractive? Oh, 1. What makes you attractive? Let's see. Period. We have the number 7. Yeah, there's like a softness about you. You're really able to connect with others through the heart chakra, through the heart center. ET, extraterrestrial, it's like you have a certain quality that's almost like beyond human, right? Virgo energy, the ability to decide, and sometimes Virgos are considered opinionated, but that's kind of, I did mention that, right? So that's something like that. You have a strong opinion, and that's attractive to some people, especially who that aren't able to have strong opinions. We have met, M-E-T. When you met, you had a big impact on this person. Like, I feel like you have smooth words, like you're able to talk in a smooth way. A mentor is someone whose hindsight can become your foresight. So your vision, your meditative ability, your clarity helps this person make decisions. If you're asking about a person, you're very much written on this person's heart. So it could be E is one of their initials, T is one of their initials, M is one of their initials. What else do we have here? Unicorn, like you're one of a kind, friends. Unicorn, they like your style, that little purse there. They like your old school beliefs. We have the letter U and the letter F. F-U. I'll let you guys run with that however you want to run with that. Some of them might have like really like lusty, passionate feelings for you, although it really does, it feels like it's your innocence that they just really adore, and maybe that's because they haven't met many people like you, you know? So we have a little Eiffel Tower, so it could be that you like France, you could be French. It could be that you meet there, or you see something about the Eiffel Tower when you run into this person, like on your coffee mug, or there's like French music playing in the background or something like that. French wine, French champagne, something like that. Yes, my friends, so this is what I'm seeing for you, okay? And so if you'd like help creating your own 5D reality and learning to hold your energy and not leak it, to create love and to create a life that you desire from prosperity, then feel free to look me up and check out my website. I have all kinds of programs and to support you, and I'm sending you so much love and light, pile 1. I hope you take great care, and thank you so much for coming by. Lots of love. Hey guys, if you chose pile 2, welcome to your reading. We are looking at what does your person find so attractive about you, or what makes you so attractive if you have no one you're asking for, which is an okay place to be, friends, right? Don't judge yourself. Sometimes it's just nice to know what other people find attractive about you, right? And if you're asking for about somebody and you're asking for somebody, then we'll get a look at that as well. All right, pile 2. We've got cleansing with the lemon. Beautiful. Well, you guys have a really purifying energy. And you know what? You just are, like, you're a very clean person. Like, you probably take a lot of showers or, like, you smell really good. There's something about you, literally, that, like, you're physically clean, like squeaky clean, as they say in the US, okay? So we have 8 of Wands. You smell good. You're manicured, like you take good care of yourself. We have the Star here. Clean your energy too. We have the 3 of Swords. Keep your energy clean. 3 of Swords, 8 of Wands, 8 of Swords. Wow, guys, you've been through it. And the 9 of Swords. Holy smokes, you guys have been through something here. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. We have the Transformation card. Be open to change, which obviously you are. You guys have created a lot of healing and change in your lives. And then we have Perfect Timing. Okay, beautiful. Well, we have a lot of specific messages in here. Let me just dig in. So, if you're not asking about a certain person, you're just wondering, like, what makes you so attractive, it's obvious that you've been through hell and back, and there's something in your energy that, even though you've faced your demons, you've faced your darkness, you've been stuck, you've been heartbroken, you've done the healing work and the transformation, and because you've been open to change, and because you've taken divine timing and let it work for you, you've totally cleansed your energy. And now you're creating like a whole bunch of wealth and prosperity and stability in your life. And that is very obvious. And so with the Star card, you've become very, very transformative yourself. You've balanced the masculine and feminine inside of you. And your aura is really clean. You're very vibrant, and I really honestly think you're nervous. And like, I think some of you who are single, you're like, oh my God, I'm single. Why did I click on this reading? Why do I care what people think of me, right? Why did I click on this? Why do I care? And it's just really important for you to know, pile 2, that, and I hope you did click on it, and I hope that you're here if you need this. Because, to be honest, I oftentimes, like, I'm mystified that I'm called to do tarot, right? I'm mystified that I do these types of readings. And it's like, it wouldn't be always my first choice, you know? But there's something about it that I'm called to and drawn towards, you know? And so I do it. I listen to that call, which is my intuition, right? And so there's something about you that maybe you don't watch tarot readings, pile 2, typically, and you stumbled across this and you're just curious, like, what do people find attractive about me? And what they clearly find attractive about you, and I think most of you who chose pile 2 are single. You don't have to be, so it's okay to have chose pile 2 and have a partner or have an interest that you're asking about. But for the most of you, majority, you're single, and like this is the perfect timing to get to know yourself in this light, to see how healing you are and transformative you are and beautiful you are and clean and clear you are. Because sometimes people are walking around the world and they have so much dark energy in their aura. They have so much dark energy in their being, and it's like it's not their fault. It's just what they've been through. And they're in this energy, right? Where there's like ghosts and demons calling after them, right? Trying to distract them and causing them stress, drama, fear, pain, shame, guilt, right? And it's left them feeling stuck. But because of the work you've done, pile 2, like you're on the other side of that. You're on the other side of heartache, and you're moving quite quickly and passionately towards these 2 flames. This is my twin flame card. So it could be also that you are asking about somebody that you don't know very well yet, and they could be your divine counterpart, because you're working so much on yourself and healing, and so there's a lot of healing energy coming towards you to heal that broken heart. 3 of Swords, There isn't anyone that gets through life without heartache, as part of our reality here. And it's all the way you handle it. And so there's just something beautiful and cleansing and transformative about the man or woman you've become. And there's just something very, very stable and wealthy and prosperous that you're creating, and that makes you very, very attractive. Okay, pile 2. So for those of you who did ask about somebody, they love you, and for the same reasons, right? They see that you're pure energy. They see your pure energy. They see that you have pure energy. They see your ability to transform. I think a lot of times we judge ourselves for the pain that we've gone through, and we say, how could we be so spiritual and have gone, through pain like that? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? But it's really important to know and own, like, that whatever you've gone through has only helped you to become more loving, more connected, healthier, stronger, more grounded, and more prosperous, more passionate. You're a great communicator. And, these are all the reasons why your person loves you. And so, there's something about perfect timing here. There's something about you knowing and listening when it's the right time. There's something about you knowing when it's the right time to pick a relationship, knowing when the fruit is ripe. So when fruit ripens on the vine, right, we know at the perfect time when to pick it, right? We can tell by the color of the skin of the fruit and the firmness of it, and the smell of it, right? When it's time to pick the fruit, when it's ripe. So there's something ripe about your timing right now. And it's time for that connection. It's time for that stability and prosperity after having been through hell and back, maybe struggling with depression, maybe struggling with deep anxiety, or just going through, being bombarded by pain and suffering from the past that maybe you thought was healed already, that wasn't. I can hear my cat crying. Hold on. All right, she's not locked outside, so she just wants attention. So it's like you've been through the pain, anxiety, like maybe you thought you'd work through it, and yet there was more and more layers to work through, and you're not meant to stay in pain and anxiety into perpetuity, right? It forever. There's an end to it, right? And so I heard a teacher that I just loved so much, and he was talking about, instead of post-traumatic stress, post-traumatic growth, and how wonderful you can take that trauma that you've been through and have growth with it, rather than a stress disorder, friends. Okay? And so I feel like that's what you're learning here, working your way into the 5D, working your way into the infinite prosperity, knowing what your boundaries are, knowing what perfect timing is, investing in complete healing, even if you're not, quote unquote, all the way healed, quote unquote, because no one ever can be. You've deeply invested in, creating light in your life, becoming that star and transforming. So there's a lot to say here about your positivity. There's a lot to say here about your stability, and that's what makes you very, very attractive. Okay, pile 2, so that is absolutely beautiful to witness. You might be a good candidate, pile 2, for coaching if you're interested in living in the 5D and creating the pillars in your life to change. No matter where you are in your career, no matter where you are in love, there's absolutely the ability to gain more stability and create more joy and fulfillment than ever before. And I see you working on that. So well done. All right, let's get your charms. What makes pile 2 so attractive? What makes pile 2 so attractive? So yeah, you have a lot of light and wisdom coming through, and it's obvious to me. Very nice. And if you're asking about a person, then they see that. We have the number 9. 911. Like calling for an emergency, right? 911. So it could be something urgent that you are responding to, or urgent coming through from your person with the 911. I'll never forget when I was at a hotel and I got room 911 and I was like, okay, universe, what are you trying to tell me here? And so it doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is happening, right? It's just there's something like urgently trying to get your attention. We have double E. We have an exclamation point. So if some of you went through heartache recently and ended relationships that sucked, that were harmful, that hurt you, that drained your energy, and that were way beneath you and way beneath what you wanted, now there's this urgent calling to really commit to that healing that you're doing, because you're creating a bunch of wealth and prosperity that's here to stay. So there's this happiness, and these are really goofy, funny, ridiculous charms, right? And one is I don't even know what these are. One's a bird with something on its head, right? And this is I always saw that as a space creature that has a construction hat on. So it's there's just something really goofy and zany about what you're going through too, and that's good. That's good for you. We have a V here, EV. Maybe it's electric vehicle. Eve, EVE, Eve. So you might be helping to create the new feminine template. Virgo energy. Very good at making decisions, very precise. Very calculated you are. Your heart is healing. Something about your ability to communicate that's very, very, very important to you and to your connections. Maybe you're learning how to say your feelings, even if you're sad, even if you're depressed. You're learning how to speak the truth, and that's changing you. Love is the ultimate law of life, so you're learning that everything returns to love in the end. Alas, the onion you are eating is someone else's water lily. All right? So let go of the people and things that don't serve you because they're a gift to somebody else, is what that's trying to say. And so focus on yourself, give up control of others, stop controlling others. It's a moot point. It's like there's no point in it. So you could be born on November 9th or September 11th. What I do know here, Pile 2, is that you've come back from very difficult, stuck times where you were depressed and sad, and you've literally healed your way out of it, and it makes you extremely attractive, and you are truly building your fortune here, okay? And you're very close to building your union. So the timing, trust the timing, all right? All right, Pile 2, well, thank you for coming by. If you like it, make sure you like it. Feel free to visit my website and check out all of the good stuff I have to offer to support you in your journey into 5D consciousness. And sending you all so much love and light, Pile 2. Take good care. Okay. Movingalong.com. Moving on to Pile 3. Well, hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. We are looking at what makes you attractive. Or if you're asking about a specific person, what does this person find very attractive about you? Pile 3, what do we have here? We have the King of Swords. Being the boss. Saying it like it is, very directly. Queen of Cups. The High Priestess. Very, very analytical and very, very intuitive at the same time. Ace of Cups. Isn't this a beautiful card? This deck is just extraordinary. One of my favorite. I mean, I think it is my all-time favorite. Five of Pentacles. What makes you so attractive? Pile 3. Nine of Wands. Not a simple person. You are not. Attraction. Pansy. You're just very, very beautiful. Pile 3. You have idyllic. Is that a word? You have beauty that's idealistic. Idyllic. I'm not sure if that's a word or not. You're the ideal of beauty in whatever culture you are from. Yeah, so no matter your nationality, or no matter your culture, whatever country you're from, something about your beauty that's like the standard. And so you're just very attractive, and that comes with having like a beautiful heart and being very emotional, being very loving, emotional in a healthy way, because I can see how balanced you are with your mind. So your heart and mind have a nice balance. You're using your intuition. You use your intuition to guide your life, Pile 3. We have self-love. You've learned to care for yourself and love yourself, and it makes you deeply attractive to others. And if you're asking about a person, very deeply attractive to this person. And then we've got you're ready. All right, so if you aren't in a relationship and you're looking for one, this is a sign that you're ready. You are ready for a relationship. You're very attractive and appealing to others right now. Ace of Cups. You've been through hard times. You feel like you've been left out in the cold. We have a mother holding a baby with the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you've been nurturing your inner child. You've been through it, and you've probably been in many, many cycles of self-love, Pile 3. I mean, self-love can take so many forms, right? So you've been through many cycles of caring for yourself, self-love, self-appreciation, how you integrate into the world, how you integrate with your finances, how you integrate with people, how you integrate with the earth itself, with men, women, with relationships. And you've done a lot of work on your inner child. And for some of you, Pile 3, I do feel like the King of Swords is someone you're asking about how they're feeling about you, and what they find really attractive about you is that you're ready and willingness to love. You're ready and willingness to give your heart, to give love, Queen of Cups, even after being screwed over or left out in the cold. You're still willing to love again. So you're intuitive enough to know that self-love is the way forward. And you might have a really strong connection to the animal kingdom with all these beautiful animals. So this person, if you're asking about someone specific, they're just taken by your ability to love yourself and love others in return, You've been through it, and you've been working to heal your inner child, and that's working out very well for you. So the color purple could be significant right now. It could be that this person really enjoys you when you're wearing purple. It just also, I feel like purple is coming from your aura naturally. It's like a regal color, purple and gold. And you've been through, a lot. And you haven't lost your ability to love yourself. And that comes from a deep intuition, a deep self-knowing. So I feel like this man is, for a lot of you, someone who's prominent in your life right now, who could be an air sign. And you balance each other out. The Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, you're just very loving, very heart-centered person. And as a result, it's very attractive, and you're very regal. And you love your inner child, and that makes this person happy. And if you're not asking about somebody, then it just makes you really beautiful, because that comes through your energy, right? You might also be a mother, and you might be really great at mothering and protecting yourself and your family. So make sure that, sometimes the Queen, or rather the King of Swords here, they could be in their ego, because I see that they're in their mind a lot. So you have to use your own discernment, since this is a general reading. But if this person is really deeply in their ego, then it's really important that you continue to not give your heart away, and love yourself and use your own intuition with the High Priestess to stand tall, but guard your fortress, right? Don't just give yourself away and your children. Okay, so there's an element of you're very ready. Use your discernment to make sure your person is ready to be responsible for your heart, to be kind to your heart, because you can't be the only one coming with heart energy, because that's a huge burden, right? It's no longer like they can be the head and the man is the head and the female is the heart, That's an old paradigm. We have to be able to integrate both aspects, head and heart, within ourselves, right? And so I feel like if you're asking about someone, you guys are like dancing, doing that dance of like trying to figure out, that's a metaphor, right? You're trying to figure out that dynamic. So the advice here is not to give yourself away. Continue to love yourself. And don't do the heart work for your person. They have to do that themselves. Don't do the work for somebody else, friends. It never works out because you can't do the work for yourself and somebody. Even though you think you're capable, and you might be. It never works out because you'll run out of steam eventually. Okay? Take it from me who's been through it. So, what else here, friends? You give your heart, and that's gorgeous, and you're ready to love, and that's beautiful, and you love yourself, and that's evident, and that makes you extremely attractive. Visually, you're very attractive, so that's a compliment. It's nice to be beautiful physically, right? That's a gift in itself. Your intuition is strong. Don't give it away. Listen to it. It's meant to be held with great presence. I see a scenario for some of you here where it's like you're always trying to use your intuition with this person, and that person's like, that's bullshit, BS, right? Like that, I was about to swear, and they're just like, that's nonsense, Well, if someone thinks your intuition is nonsense, then whatever you do, don't give it to them because they don't deserve it, friends. Like, you can't convince someone. And it's not being stubborn, it's just a boundary. Like, if they don't get it, don't give it to them, If they don't understand it, the last thing you need to do is give yourself away and let that cup spill on the ground. It's precious, so hold on to it. All right, let's go on to your charms. What makes Child Me so attractive? Ooh. We have the engagement ring, so I do think you're ready, And for some of you, you could have an engagement on the horizon, okay? We have an S. We have an I, is. This reminds me of Isis as well. And I guess it's the word C, which is yes, right? So a lot of physical attraction and desire here. A lot of chemistry. This is the Wheel of Fortune as a charm. So, there's something fated here. There's some wisdom, and I'm seeing like the Kabbalah, and could be that that's something you study or you're interested in or would help you. This whale, very dedicated. Whales are such beautiful creatures. They travel such great distances, and they do a tremendous job protecting their loved ones, is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say children, but somehow loved came out. So loved ones. We also have a J. J-I and an S, could be initials. This life is a gift. So there's something really sparkly and beautiful about your intuition that's like coming online, Very connected to source energy, very connected to other worlds that are very beautiful. with this beautiful sunflower, you know. They're very fresh, very loving, and very happy, you know, sunshiny. We have all these keys here, 3 of them. So it could be that there's a key to your heart that's coming, you know, and use your discernment. Believe that you're ready, but use your discernment, right? Just remember, keep that self-love on the forefront. And this person, or people in general, the right ones, find it deeply attractive, you know? That unicorn that you are, that special person that you are, very unique, very beautiful, very pleasant. You're a very pleasant person. So this person is lucky to be around you. For pile 3, I think a lot of you already have someone in mind, unlike pile 2, you know? And know that you're ready, but again, use your intuition deeply. Okay? Let self-love be your guide. All right, my friends, that's what I have for you, pile 3, and that was a very interesting take. It always surprises me. It's never the same, right? And I'm sending y'all so much love and light. If you're looking for guidance, coaching, support, feel free to check out my website. It'll either call to you or it won't, and if it does, give it a check out, okay? Sending you so much love and light. Take good care, pile 3. Bye for now.